Hey, what's up? It's C-Tabs again. Made a vlog last night about 2 in the morning. Uploaded at 4 because I had a lot of trouble. I never uploaded a video off my camera before. Um, I'm outside right now in my backyard. The lighting was really bad last night. Wanted to fix that. But today I'm going to talk about 2 experiences I've had in school since everyone's going back to school soon. I go back to school in like 8 days. So I gotta read my whole book. Probably not going to do it. But one of the experiences one of the experiences I've had is in 8th grade, and one is in 9th grade. Well, the 9th grade one was a pretty scary time. But I'll start with the 8th grade one. So these are just really funny stories, in my opinion, that I thought I would tell. The 8th grade story, I was out. Oh, that's my grandma looking at me weird. I was out. Is she gonna come out here?
Are you gonna be the lifeguard while I go get Emily?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. She asked me if I'll be the lifeguard for the kids. All right. So 8th grade, I'm sitting in music class, and this box of props was in the back of the room. And me and my friends just mess around in 8th grade all the time, just constantly screwing off. And we saw this 5-hour energy in the box, and we were like, oh, let's steal it, let's steal it, let's steal it. We didn't think she would notice. Like, we took it. We didn't realize it was a box of props at the time. We just thought it was her 5-hour energy. Maybe she thought, like, if we took it, maybe she would have just thought we drank it already. And so we took it. We drank it in the schoolyard at lunch, like 2 periods later. She then came to us in, like, actually, I think it was the day later. I don't know. It was sometime. She came to us in one of our later class periods, and she came in, she called us out, she took us to a different room, she took us to this little OLG TV room. My school's initials were OLG. I used to do it. I used to talk British on it. It was pretty funny. But she took us to that room, with the recording room, and she started going off. She said, like, she's like, who did it? She just started screaming. I never heard this lady scream so loud, and ever since this day, I really didn't like her very much. But yeah, it was wrong of us to steal her 5-hour energy, but literally it's like $4. Come on. So we stole it. She yelled at us. Then we're in the room, and 2 of the people that she called out were just sitting with us at the table. They didn't actually have anything to do with it. And she decided that just because she was mad, she was going to get them with guilty by association, whatever that means. Even though, how can you stop someone, like, from stealing something if you're just sitting there? Like, they weren't even doing anything wrong. And she wrote a letter home to all of our parents, and called, I think. I don't know. Something happened, and she didn't even get detention. I don't know why. You never got detention in that school. But our principal was actually really cool, so she pretty much didn't care about anything. But yeah, that was just a funny story. I don't know, it seemed more funny when I was in 8th grade. But alright, 9th grade. This situation was pretty bad. I could have paid a lot of money if I didn't get my way out of this. I would normally say lying is not the best. I actually get in trouble for lying all the time. Here, like, I'm grounded right now. So I was in 9th grade. It was like halfway through the year. There was this really annoying kid. Like I just really hated him. I tried fighting him. Like, he tried fighting. Like, he was just constantly talking shit. And so I went up to him, and I was asking, like, what do you want? And so I went to his house one day to fight him. Didn't come outside. That was kind of immature of me, but still, like, it was just, I couldn't deal with it. Then one day we're sitting at lunch. He sat at my lunch table. No one liked him, but he still sat at our lunch table for some reason. And he went up to the lunch line to buy food, and he left his iPad on the table. Our school gives us iPads. And I took the iPad and held it like this and smacked it on the edge of the table. Yeah, it cracked all over. It was just dead center, just cracked it on the table. It was pretty bad. So I told him that it was, I told him that it was this kid in an upper class. I told him it was a junior who's a senior now. Who's gonna be a senior, and he said, no, he would have been in 10th. He was in 10th grade. Now he's gonna be a senior. That was 2 years ago. So, he goes up to the kid after I tell him it was the upperclassman. Goes up to the upperclassman, says, "Why'd you break my iPad?" The kid's like, "What are you talking about? What's going on?" And Jonathan comes back to the table. Oh, didn't say that. He comes back to the table, and we're just sitting there like, no, everyone knows what's going on. Everyone saw me do it. And he goes to our assistant principal, who's also our disciplinarian, tells him what happened, tells him that someone broke his iPad, and he told him it was the upperclassman. For some reason, who tells on someone, really? And so the assistant principal calls in that I told the upperclassman that I told John, oh my god, I keep saying his name, that I told the kid it was him, and the upperclassman told the assistant principal when he got called down that it was me. So then a couple class periods later, it's like 7th period, and I get called down, and I'm like, oh my god. So I go down to the office, and I just straight up lie. Like he's like, so what happened with the iPad? I said, I don't know. I was up in the lunch line with my friend. I was talking about this. I said the girl's name and everything. Like I asked her if I could, and she said, oh yeah, that's fine. So I said I was up in lunch line with this girl, and we were talking in the lunch line. I don't know. I came back to the table, and he was like flipping out because his iPad broke. So he lets me leave. I was like shaking in there. Like I was really nervous. He lets me leave. He calls my entire lunch table down, and every single one of them lies for me. They are studs, honestly, and so grateful that they did that. This was something that would have costed me about $450 to pay for the broken iPad. So, yeah, they saved me big time. And he called me down about 5 more times to the office. I'm not even kidding you. And he kept trying to get it out of me. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I was in the lunch line every time. Just nothing changed for my story. That's what it is. If you're gonna lie, keep your story short and the same every time. But don't lie. That's pretty much the moral of this. I mean, the second time it worked. The first time it didn't. And yeah. So just, I don't know. Lying rarely works, but in this time it really worked in my favor. I don't lie about stuff like that anymore, but I don't do stuff like that anymore. So, yeah, that was kind of gross of me, but it happened in the past, and I thought it was pretty funny that I just broke this kid's iPad. So, yeah, that's my vlog. You guys have a good day. Subscribe, like, comment, hit it up. See ya.